Let's be honest, everything you've been taught about cold outreach is probably wrong. You're likely firing off hundreds of generic, copy-pasted emails, just hoping something sticks. It's like standing on a street corner, handing out the same flyer to every single person who walks by. You're sitting there, wondering why your inbox is a ghost town, why you can't get a single reply, and why landing those big-ticket clients feels like trying to climb a mountain in flip-flops. Well, the reason is simple. That old way of doing things, it's dead. It's just noise, and it's the very thing keeping you stuck. But what if you could actually make $5,000 a week from cold outreach? And what if I told you that you don't need to be a sales veteran or have a massive marketing budget to pull it off? In this video, I'm going to show you the modern multi-channel outreach system that anyone, even a complete beginner, can copy and paste to build a consistent $5,000 a week income. I'm breaking down the entire 5-step system for you, showing you exactly how to find clients who can actually pay, what on earth to say to them, and how to scale this whole thing predictably. So, forget the old, tired advice. The real system starts now. Before we get into the how, we have to talk about the why. Why are your current methods failing so miserably? It all comes down to a huge misunderstanding of how people make decisions in 2025. The old gurus taught you to play a numbers game. They told you to scrape a list of 1,000 names and write a generic template. That's the business equivalent of walking into a crowded party and shouting, "I'm really great," hoping someone will magically want to talk to you. It's lazy, it's disrespectful, and in today's world it's completely useless. The modern buyer is smarter than that. Their inbox is a fortress, guarded by spam filters that are geniuses, and their patience for a self-serving pitch is zero. Just relying on cold email alone isn't a strategy anymore. It's a lottery ticket. It's like being a fisherman who only ever casts his line in one tiny overfished pond while ignoring the massive, teeming ocean right next to it. The modern system, the one that actually gets you to $5,000 a week, is built on 3 pillars. First, it's multi-channel. It meets people where they already are, on LinkedIn, at virtual events, or on social media. Second, it's about hyper-personalization at scale. Using a first name tag is like getting a letter addressed to current resident. It goes straight in the trash. True personalization is like receiving a handwritten invitation. It proves you've done your homework and earns you their attention. And third, it's a value-first approach. Instead of asking for a sale immediately, you offer a free, valuable insight. It's the difference between asking a stranger for money and offering them a free sample of an amazing appetizer. This shifts the whole dynamic from a cold pitch they want to delete to a welcome conversation. That's the difference between being noise and being the signal that gets a reply. All right, let's get our hands dirty. I've broken this down into 5 clear, actionable steps. Follow these and you'll build a client-getting machine that works for you, not against you. This is it. This is the most important step, and it's where almost everyone goes wrong. You can't sell a 5-star meal to someone looking for a $1 menu. The math just won't work. To hit $5,000 a week, that's $20,000 a month. You just need a handful of great clients. If your service is $5,000 a month, you only need 4 clients. This whole system works because we're targeting clients who can easily afford you. So how do we find them? You start by creating an ideal client profile, or ICP. Think of yourself as a detective building a profile of a very specific suspect. You're not just looking for a business owner, you're looking for specific traits, motives, and behaviors. Ask yourself these questions. Which industries have painful, expensive problems that I can solve? A business losing thousands a day from a broken system is desperate for a fix. Who in that company is the decision maker? It's not the intern. You need to talk to the person with the power to write the check. Tools like LinkedIn Sales Navigator are gold for this. What pain signals are they giving off? Think of these as smoke signals rising from a village, indicating a fire you can put out. Are they hiring for roles you could replace? Did they just get funding? Is a VP complaining on LinkedIn about a challenge you solve? These are bright green lights. And finally, what's the quantifiable outcome you deliver? High-ticket buyers don't buy services, they buy outcomes. Don't sell social media management. Sell a system that generates 50 qualified leads a month. Be ruthless here. A list of 100 perfect prospects is infinitely better than 10,000 random ones. This is the foundation for your $5,000 per week income. Once you have your list of high-value targets, it's time to make your move. Blasting one email is a losing game. We need to create a sequence of touchpoints across different channels. Think of it less like a sales attack and more like a carefully choreographed dance. It shows you're interested without stepping on their toes. A killer sequence might look like this. The goal is just to pop up on their radar, go to their LinkedIn profile, find a recent post and leave a thoughtful comment. Then send a connection request. Do not pitch in the request. Just a simple, "Hi John, saw your post on renewable energy and thought I'd connect." 2 days later, you slide into their inbox. This email is where your main ask will be, but it's wrapped in personalization. We'll get to the exact script in the next step. Haven't heard back? No sweat. Send a quick DM on LinkedIn. Keep it casual. "Hey John, just sent you an email with an idea about the problem you are trying to solve. Wanted to make sure it landed in the right place." This cross-channel reminder is crazy effective. Still quiet? 3 days later, send another email, but this is not a just checking in email. This email must give them more value. For example, "Hi John, I was thinking more about the problem you are trying to solve and found this case study. Thought you might find it interesting." You're being helpful, not needy. If it's still crickets, it's time to move on with class. The breakup email is as simple as, "Hi John, I've reached out a few times but haven't heard back, so I'll assume it's not a priority. I won't bug you again." It's professional, respectful, and often creates a little FOMO that gets a reply. This multi-channel dance drastically increases your odds because you're showing up in different places where they already spend their time. It shows you're persistent without being a pest. Okay, this is where it all comes together. If your message sucks, none of the other steps matter. The perfect message has nothing to do with you. Think of this script like a doctor's visit. You don't just walk in and demand surgery. There's a process. We call it VPSA. Value, Pain, Solution, Ask. Part 1. Value. The personalized opener. This is the doctor building rapport. Your first sentence must prove this isn't a mass email. Use a genuine, specific compliment. "I was really impressed by your interview on the Future of Renewable Energy podcast. Congrats on the launch of the new platform. The UI looks incredibly slick." This earns you the right for them to read the next sentence. Part 2. Pain. The problem statement. Now, the doctor diagnoses the ailment. You state a problem you know their company is likely facing. Usually, when companies grow that fast, their lead gen systems can't keep up. You're not guessing. You're using your research from step 1 to hit a nerve. Part 3. Solution. The low-friction solution. Here, the doctor prescribes the treatment. You hint at your service, but frame it as a specific outcome. We help B2B SaaS companies build a multi-channel outreach system that creates a predictable pipeline of qualified leads. It's specific and outcome-driven. Part 4. The clear, low-commitment ask. Finally, the doctor gives a simple instruction. Like, take one of these and call me in the morning. Do not ask to hop on a call. The commitment is too high. Instead, ask a simple interest-gauging question. Are you open to seeing a one-page case study on how we did this for another company in your industry? The goal of this first email is not to book a meeting. The goal is to simply get a reply. That's it. Did you know that 80% of sales require at least 5 follow-ups? Not following up is like a gardener who plants seeds but never bothers to water them. Of course, nothing will grow. The follow-up is where the money is made. Once you get that first yes, your job is to build trust until they feel ready to buy. This is where a simple tracking system is a lifesaver. You don't need a fancy CRM. A simple Trello board will do. Think of it as your own personal air traffic control system for your leads. You create columns for contacted, replied, meeting booked, and closed. As a lead moves forward, you drag their card to the next stage. This visual system ensures no deals fall through the cracks. Automation tools like Lemlist or Instantly can also be a game changer. They run your initial outreach and, this is the best part, automatically stop the second someone replies. This frees you up to focus on the warm conversations that actually make you money. The secret to good nurturing is to just keep providing value. Send an agenda before a meeting. Send a summary after. Stay top of mind by being helpful, so when the time is right, you're the only one they'll think of calling. All right, let's bring it home. How do you turn this system into a consistent $5,000 a week? It's all about predictable math. Think of this system as a recipe for a cake. If you use the exact ingredients in the right amounts and follow the instructions perfectly, you're guaranteed to get a perfect cake every single time. Let's say your service costs $2,500 a month. To hit your goal of $20,000 a month or $5,000 a week, you need to sign 8 clients. Now, let's work backward with the recipe's measurements. Let's say you send 100 personalized sequences every week. With this targeted approach, an 8% reply rate is conservative. That's 8 new conversations started every single week. Out of those 8 conversations, maybe a quarter agree to a discovery call. That's 2 meetings booked each week, and let's say you close 50% of those meetings, which is very doable when you're only talking to highly qualified people. That means you are closing 1 new client every single week at $2,500 a pop after just 8 weeks of consistently following the recipe. You'll have your 8 clients, and you will have hit your $20,000 per month goal. That was the power of a predictable system. Your job isn't to be a creative genius every day. Your job is to simply run the system. Trust the process, track your numbers, and the results have to follow. And that's the system, the 5-step multi-channel outreach plan that anyone can copy to build a consistent $5,000 a week business. We've covered how to find high-value clients, how to engage them across different channels, the exact words to use, how to turn chats into contracts, and the simple math to scale it all. Look, this isn't some get-rich-quick fantasy. It takes discipline and a real desire to provide value. But it is a proven, repeatable system. This is the exact playbook that top freelancers and agencies are using right now. This is the blueprint. Now it's up to you to build the house. This is only for people who are ready to take massive action. If that's you, get to work and let's make money. Thanks so much for watching. If you got any value out of this video, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next one. Now go build your empire.